I'm Alan Girding, and this is Designer Diary, where I talk about things I've been working on and thinking about. Today's a special episode because we're going to talk about horrifying antagonists. Can you make your role-playing games actually scary? Can you have a scary villain? Well, let's talk about it. Speaking of this episode's brought to you by TuesdayNightGames.com, as all of these episodes are. This is part of TKtv, our Tuesday Night Games YouTube channel, where we hope you go to our website and buy all of our shit today, including Mothership, the sci-fi horror role-playing game, That's Not Lemonade, 2 Rooms and a Boom, and more. But speaking of Mothership, let's talk about Sean McCoy, my bestie from out westy, my business co-owner. Yes, the same person who designed and created Mothership, the sci-fi horror role-playing game. You see, Sean and myself often have had this conversation. Is it possible to actually be scared, cause players to piss themselves at the table when playing games? Well, Sean McCoy, yes, Sean, he came up with this Tombs system. This is all his devise, and so I'm happy to share it with you, because this is how you create a horrifying antagonist. This shit belongs right up there with Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. It's epic, because it starts with the TOMBS. First is the T, transgression. Perhaps you and your heroes come across something that you shouldn't touch. Oh, no, 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 no. Maybe it's an alien's egg that you should leave alone, but you don't. You look at it. Maybe you are just walking along a cemetery, an ancient gravesite, but you see something oh so valuable and you decide to take it. You somehow have erred and lost your better judgment. In this transgression example that I'm drawing here, we have some adventurer that is on some sacred burial grounds and has decided to urinate on one of the headstones. This is a little too comedic and extreme, but maybe it's something in your game more sensical, like a golden crown of immense power, or perhaps you're supposed to destroy some magnificent tome, but instead you decide to use it for your own power, and that's the transgression. But this leads to some omens. Bad signs that things aren't going well. Yes, your teammate now has a face hugger stuck on their face. Are they gonna die? Oh, they don't? Oh, that's good, right? No, this is an omen portent to the horror that is yet to come, creating suspense. In the example that I'm drawing here, after the transgression of urination, perhaps a skeletal hand bursts out of the grave and grabs onto the ankle, letting our adventurer and his party members know that shit is going down and it's just starting to brew. You are now gonna have to fix this problem. Because you know what's going on? You have just awoken a lich. And now the Lich is commanding an army of the dead. And that army of the dead is going to take no prisoners. No. Perhaps another example that you could use in your story is if someone has stolen a treasure or rescued the wrong person or opened the tome, they start seeing hallucinations, or the weather is always bad and just is constantly raining. Something that gives your party members this idea that, no, something isn't right. Thinking of it in terms of the human sexual response, the omens is foreplay leading to the orgasm of manifestation. Because now that creature has come to be. That chestburster has left you with a dead crewmate as it emerged in an eruption of gore. Running amok on your space station, killing crew members. Oh, that teammate that kind of licked the windshield of that alien ship has now fully transformed into some hideous beast. You know that evil artifact you shouldn't have used? Well, now it has fully corrupted someone and they are fully possessed. Or in our example, the Lich King has appeared and is facing you head on. Now, if you're smart, what you want to do is hold off as long as possible, edging, if you will, teasing the grand reveal of the manifestation. One of the core rules in horror movies is don't show your monster. Just reveal little snippets here and there until the grand revealing. This is why in horror movies, inevitably, the originals are much scarier than their sequels. Because in the sequels, you already have seen the manifestation. You cognitively understand what this creature looks like and maybe even how it works and how to defeat it. This is the huge hurdle all horror movie sequels have to deal with, because they need to come up with something original in order to evoke that fear once again. It's so hard to do, which is why a lot of us really don't like the sequels. It's just retreading old grounds. But if they do it right, like in Aliens to Alien, oh my goodness, it's gold. And usually you have to do it in massively creative ways. That's why it's important to tease your manifestation for as long as you can. Don't plan on having a sequel here. You need to make sure you give little shadows of what is yet to be revealed. How many of the army of the dead do you have to fight before you get to the Lich King? And once you finally do get to the Lich King, this is where banishment comes in. The penultimate of the tomb stages. Banishment is the showdown. The heroes, the party members, your protagonists have had to figure out what is this manifestation's weakness, and now it is the time to exploit that weakness. Did they have to get different pieces together in order to form some ultimate weapon? Is there a ritual that needs to be followed? Is there some way to undo your transgression? This is so important because might should not be the only solution in a true manifestation. No, you need to use your brain as much as possible. In fact, in one of my previous videos, if you've watched, I hope you've liked, subscribed, and commented a shit ton, but I previously talked about good violent encounters and the 5T system, where you need a target, but you also have your threat, a trick, a treat, and a timing mechanism. But the trick is what is really important when it comes to the banishment of your manifestation. What is the brainy way that you have figured out how to defeat this beast? And all of this tomb system has been brought to us by the genius mind of my biz partner, Sean McCoy, author of Mothership sci-fi horror role-playing game. Yeah, that's right. If you're getting the box set of Mothership, inside of that box, you are going to get the Warden's Operation Manual. This is the equivalent of the Dungeon Master's Guide. And in there, you're going to see Sean's own writing and explanation of the tomb system that I am showing you right here and now. In my illustration, I have someone using an incantation to banish the Lich King. But this isn't the end of our tomb system. No, because we have the final stage, slumber. Because true evil can never be defeated. True evil never dies. You will leave your party members with a pervasive anxiety. It is only a matter of time before someone else releases this manifestation with yet another transgression. This is the classic end of the horror movies where you see Jason's mask or Freddy's clawed hand comes out from the bed once more. And you know what? You give me your examples that you can think of in the comments below. Subscribe or die, share the shit out of this episode. Bye.